I'm going to have a look here at this kit by Eduard Models, which is the 1/48 scale Mirage IIIC ProfiPACK kit. And we can see the nice box art it comes in, and some information on the side here. The kit number is 8101, and not too much on the box itself, but we will go right into it and see what you get in here. I've got a couple of extras that I've picked up, and like the camouflage mask, which is for the Israeli paint scheme, and I also have a conversion kit for the Israeli like the reconnaissance one with that massive reconnaissance nose. And you could use this, I'm sure, on either the Hobby Boss or the Eduard kit. I'm just going to put it on the Eduard kit. I thought I would just show this because it was in the box with it. But we've got some really nice stuff in here. You get the starting with the paint guide. You've got a full color paint guide here, and shows you how to lay out your decals on here. So you've got the Israeli subject. It tells you all the information about it from summer 1970 there. And we have a silver one, and this would be a French aircraft here from I guess in Africa. And then we have which is kind of interesting, a different one to do is the South African Air Force one, which would be a nice one, and also the French one in the like low visibility scheme, interceptor type scheme. That's a very nice option also. And then your regular silver dope French version here from 1964. Really extensive options and different subjects for this kit. And then we have our instruction sheet here, which is quite thick actually, and it shows us a guide here on how to use the masks, which is included in the kit. I'll show them shortly, but it gives us at the back here how to lay out the weapons and all of our colors down here. The color callouts for Aqueous and Mr. Color paints and Mr. Metal colors. And you also get the equivalents in Tamiya, Humbrol, Revell, and Testors colors. Testors aren't around anymore. So that's pretty nice, and they also show you a little bit about your weapons here. And you can see there. It's nice that they've done that, because with the Hobby Boss kit I wasn't sure what some of the missiles actually were, and they show you here at least what they are. So if you've read in a book or something about a missile or a certain type, and it's pointed out to you here. And we've got all your different weapons and things here. I'm not going to go too much into the instruction sheet. You can see how they've used the this blue here where your contact surfaces are basically. That's a really nice way of doing it, so you know exactly where you're supposed to be putting it. And I'll just kind of flip through here so you can see you've got a pilot here and various pieces. Again, they show here like your ladder where it's supposed to go, and then they have sort of a ghost ladder here of where it should go once it's done. Nice way of doing it. These are very easy to read, well done instructions. They're not full color, but actually they're as good or better than full color because it's very easy to see how these should attach. So excellent job on these instructions here. And then we can go to, I wanted to show the extra little pieces you get before I go into the actual sprues themselves. So So we've got some photo etch, color photo etch sheet here. Or you've got that where you put the instruments on the back and then that piece goes over them. And then we have the seat belts and the handles for the ejection seat. And some more little bits for the... I don't know why there's two of them in here. There's two sets of seat belts. I'm not sure if they all come with two or if it was just a mistake and mine happens to have two in it. And then here's your, it's one of those vinyl cut. I prefer the tape style of mask, but I mean, at least it's there and they are usable. It's just sometimes they don't lay down perfectly on the glass. And some more there for the wheels and whatnot. And then I'll show the decals before I go on to the sprues. So we have a really beautiful sheet here. It's gloss. The decals are gloss, but they're very nice and very minimal carrier film on them. And the colors are excellent. And you can see there's like two extensive sheets here. So they should be pretty nice. Very thin decals also. And we'll go into the actual plastic. And the way these bags are, you can open them. Some of the other kits, the other releases and that, you have to cut the bags open, so I don't like getting them out of the bags, because if you ever want to get rid of it, it's easier if the bags are sealed. So here's the missile that's come loose, not a big deal. But the weapons are quite detailed. They're probably better than the ones in the Hobby Boss kit, but there isn't a whole lot to the weapons. And the missile is excellent. You can see the detail on it. It's a full missile. It's not a two-piece, which is really nice for modeling. And the Sidewinders, which was about the only good weapon in the Hobby Boss kit, but these are, you don't even have to put the fins on these. These are complete. And the proper rocket pods. And the landing gear. And I'll flip it around. You can see the fan there for the engine. And the unique sort of like where the afterburner goes. I can't remember if they call that a clamshell or something. The where the nozzle is for the afterburner. And then we have the sprue here with the pilot and the instruments. You can see there's no instruments, so you'll have to use that photo etch piece. You have really no choice. And then you've got really good detail on the figure, which I would expect because they made him a pretty prominent part of the kit. But it looks like we do have, if you do want to paint it, it is here. Okay, so you've got the option if you want to just hand paint the instruments or not. So there's that. And we will move on to some more bits here. Sorry for any noise. And we have, it looks like, full detail. These must be the ducts for the intake, so they're must be fully detailed there. And you can see the drop tanks. And we'll open it here or flip it around. And they have the afterburner here. There's no real detail on the inside here at all, or inside of there either in the can. And then the cockpit itself does have detail in it. which is fairly nice. I mean, they're pretty simple aircraft for the era they're from. We'll move on. And the wheels are highly detailed. All of your flaps here. The seat, it's nothing spectacular. This sort of like the Hobby Boss kit. There's really nothing to it. Nothing special. And your wheels are split here, and your nose wheel is one piece. And we've got full detail inside of our gear bays. I guess that's what this is here. And like the bucket for the seat. Then we have more pieces. The inside of the gear doors are highly detailed there. You can see them here. And various little bits and pieces. More pieces for the engine. In the inside of the wheelbase here. Everything is highly detailed. There's a lot more detail on this kit, and there's a lot of detail in places that you're probably never going to see anyways. Like on the Hobby Boss kit, they kind of omitted some of those, like some of those details. So it looks pretty good. And then the main part here, which I'm sure would be the most interesting, we'll get it out. Alright, here we go. Now this is broke up almost exactly the same way as the Hobby Boss kit. And you can see here the amount of detail on here. It's very fine, sharp edge, crisp. And on the lower part here too, all of this is very crisp. The gun ports here. So it's very good. I can't say it. I would say it's better than the Hobby Boss one, just because of the crispness of all of these, like all of the panel lines and everything. But it's pretty close. It's very close, and it's broke up the same way as the Hobby Boss kit. And then this one has the tail as a like a complete piece. You don't actually have to put this on. That's a really cool way of doing it. This is excellent, doing it this way. I wish more kits would be engineered like that. And nothing really here on the inside of the cockpit. And then we have our, like this, the gaps in here are nice, and our distinctive nose cone there. Everything looks nice. And you can see the amount of detail they've done here. And how sharp everything is in here. It shows up very well. And the other side, which just kind of plugs into the other side. So the last thing we have here, oh well, we also have a nose weight, which is, it's excellent for them to include that in the kit. I'm really glad they did that. They need to do that with so many more aircraft, that it's probably more important for other aircraft, because I don't find that Mirage is necessarily tail sit so much, but it is here, and it's a substantial weight. So thank you for including that. And our last piece is just our glass, so we'll open it up and get it out. And the glass, it probably just needs to kind of be buffed out, like just cleaned, because it has, like, sometimes the glass just gets that mold agent on it or whatever, like from the extraction from the mold. And then everything's nice and clear. And here's your gun sight. And we don't have a seam or anything going down here, and the frame on the glass is nice and thick. Like it's sharp around the edge, and it does stand out a little bit. So this is the, I will grab the instructions, or here, I'll grab the box so I can show the kit here. This is the 148 scale Eduard ProfiPACK of the Mirage IIIC. It's definitely better than the Hobby Boss kit, but it also retails for quite a bit more than the Hobby Boss kit. But you can see the two. I've done a review of the other one in the past. You can go back and look, and it's definitely an upgrade from that kit, and it's a super really nice kit on its own. But you can make up your own mind whether you want to spend more on this, or if you want to put a little bit more work into the Hobby Boss kit. I'm sure that one will turn out pretty nice also. So really, other than that, thank you for watching.